ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation today continues from Rag Sorat, composition of Bhagat Ravidas ji, and the recitation and reflection. Rag Sorat Bhagat Ravidas ji ki Jau Tum Girivar tau ham mora, Jau Tum Chand tau ham bhai hain chakori. Jau Tum Girivar tau ham mora. If you are the cloud above the lush mountain. Girivar refers to a mountain top. Giri is mountain. And here the reference is to mountains that have a lush green top where clouds appear. Jau Tum Girivar tau ham mora. If you were that cloud, if you are that cloud, referring to the Creator here, then, says Ravidas, I am the peacock who dances to you. Jau Tum Chand, if you are the radiant moon, he's illustrating a point. If you are the radiant moon, Jau Tum Chand, then I am the chakori bird, thirsting for your light. Hum bhaye hain chakori. So this verse speaks using the idiom of nature, trying to establish that our relationship with nature, with the Creator, is an organic one. So like the peacock is drawn to monsoon clouds and starts to dance, the bird is bound to moonlight, we are instinctively drawn to the self, the source of our own creation. That's the point. That we are constantly, whether we know it or not, in an intimate embrace with the divine, drawn to it not because of any external discipline, but because of an inner residence, because we resonate to it. And as I said, ours is an organic movement. So that is what establishes this verse. In the Rahau, this point is further strengthened when Bhagat Ravidas says, Madhave, O beloved Madhava, tum nah toro, tau hum nahi tora hai. Tum nah toro, if you were not to break this bond. What he's saying is, you cannot break this bond. Tau hum nah tora hai. Nor can I sever it. This bond is inseparable. Tum syo tor, separated from you, kavan syo jode, to whom will I attach myself? What Ravidas is saying is that separated from the source, I wouldn't exist. There would be no Ravidas. So again, the point being that the bond between Creator and creation is intrinsic and eternal. It is the very fabric of this universe, and it cannot be broken. It's an ontological impossibility. So I would like here to introduce the notion of cosmotheandric reality, which is a term that Raimundo Panikkar, an Indian Spanish priest, coined to signify that reality is a holistic vision, and there are elements that are inseparable. 3 elements, cosmotheandric. The first being the divine, theos, the second being the human, anthropos, and the third is the cosmos itself. These dimensions are inseparably intertwined and constitute the fundamental unity of all existence, which Guru Nanak represents with Ik Oankar. So rather than viewing these as isolated or independent realms, this perspective of a cosmotheandric reality, or Ik Oankar in Sikhi, asserts that these realities are integral. They're all aspects of a single reality. But you can't understand each separately. In the second verse, the same theme continues as the first one. He gives us examples. Jau tum divara, tau ham bati. Jau tum tirath, tau ham jati. If you are the lamp, jau tum divara, deepak, then I am the wick. Tau ham bati. If you are the pilgrimage, Jau Tum Tirath, then I am the pilgrim who makes that pilgrimage. So he continues, Ravidas ji, with the central idea of inseparability. The lamp and the wick exist for each other, as do the pilgrim and the sacred destination. So you see, without the wick, even the lamp cannot shine. So this imagery is capturing perfect union through interdependence. And the concluding, and the third verse, as Sachi Preet Ham Tum Syo Jori. I'm bound to you in love. Tum Syo Jori Avar Sang Tori. Bound to you, all other ties have been severed. So awakening of awareness means to transcend the limits that are imposed by the ego mind. Expansion. You're awakening to greater capacities. And when that happens, your inner world is reordered. Your dependence on fleeting attachments dissolves naturally. The fourth verse, Jah jah jaun, wherever my path leads, taha teri seva, I move in that direction in your service, in submission to your will. Tum so Thakur, you alone are my master. Aur na deva, there is no other giver. So the divine is present wherever Ravidas turns. What does that mean? It makes the world a sacred temple. You must live in service of humanity, because the self that Ravidas is addressing is the totality of humanity and the universe. What this verse is teaching us is that the sacred is not confined to a specific mandir, to a specific gurdwara, to a specific mosque. The entire universe is sacred. The fifth verse, Tumre bachan kateh jam phasa. Tumre bhajan. Bhajan comes from to run towards, and it also signifies devotion. So Ravidas says, Tumre bhajan. By running towards you, in other words, by being devoted to you, kateh jam phasa. Kateh, cut. Jamphasa, the noose of death is cut. Bhagata het, out of adoration and devotion to you. Gave Ravidasa. Bhagat Ravidas adores you. Gave assimilates your wisdom. So the noose of death, Jamphasa, is really the ego, which is terrified of death, but doesn't realize that in its death lies awakening to the self. You see the paradox here. So understand the mystery and be realized. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.